What's up, guys? My name is Seth Walker, and I'm the student pastor here at Fellowship of the Parks at our Haslet and Justin campus. Guys, I'm excited as we continue our series, Love and Hate. And today we're talking about reputations. Reputations of yourselves and others. And guys, reputations can be defined by a lot of different things. It can be defined by the things that you do, things that you say, places you go, the things you post on social media, the people you surround yourselves with, and especially your insecurities. You might be thinking, Seth, like how in the world do my insecurities define my reputation and my brand? Because nobody knows what those are. And that's exactly the point. Our reputations are defined by our insecurities because our insecurities are what we try to boost. So it might be your friends that you hang out with might be the rich kids in school, for example, and you're not. Your family doesn't come from money. Your family's not rich. They don't drive fancy cars, all this kind of stuff. You're just an average student. But you don't want people to think that. You want people to think that you do have money. And so because of that, you try to boost your brand. Say you go to downtown and there's a brand new red Ferrari on the road. It's parked, and so you lean up on it and take a picture. Take a picture to post on social media to make people think, saying, hey, look at this red Ferrari. It's my family's or my dad's or it's mine, or whatever you may be thinking, trying to make people think that you have money in reality that you don't. It's that insecurity coming through. But in reality, if I was the red Ferrari owner and I saw that picture, I would not be happy that you are leaning on my nice brand new car. Guys, we all do this at different times. We use our insecurities to try to boost them, to hide the fact of what we're insecure about. And guys, I'm guilty of this too, especially in high school. Some of the people I'd hang out with, they were the popular kids, the popular group, and a lot of times the things that they would do and things that they would say or associate with weren't things that I stood for or was proud of. And a lot of times I was in situations that I was super uncomfortable, but I didn't want to leave. Because if I left, then that meant that I might be a loser, or my reputation or brand would be hurt, and I wouldn't be part of the cool group anymore. I would just be Seth. So I stayed. And guys, I want to tell you that it's okay to say no to things. Don't boost your reputation just because you're trying to be this person that you're not, because in reality, trying to put up this front and be somebody that you're not is a lot harder than it is just to be you. Guys, too, when we look at other people's brands and reputations, we're quick to judge. The things that people say and the things that they do, we automatically write them off. For instance, if, say, you're an athlete and one of your lifelong buddies you kind of grew up with, but in recent years you haven't connected and hung out with as much as because your group's kind of split. They went to band, you went to sports, and it just y'all kind of just split over the years. But they come up to you one day at lunch and just saying, hey, I need to talk to you. You've been a friend for a long time. You know me better than anybody else, so I just need to talk to you. But in reality, we write them off because if I associate with this person, it's going to hurt my brand, my reputation. I can't be around them. And guys, we don't need to do that. We need to choose to love people and help them no matter what. Guys, Jesus kind of defines this really, really well here in the book of John, which we're about to read in a second. Because too, guys, as Christ followers, especially if your brand is a Christ follower and a leader and people know that, it's very easy to get challenged and people try to call you out. And this is exactly what they did to Jesus here in John 8, verse 3 through 6. It says, as he was speaking, the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in the act of adultery. So I'm going to stop right there for a second. Guys, adultery back in this time was one of the worst crimes, especially for a woman to do. As we continue on, it says, they put her in front of the crowd. Teacher, they said to Jesus, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. The law of Moses says to stone her. What do you say? They were trying to trap him into saying something that they could use against him. Guys, as Christ followers, we get challenged all the time. People see this and they're like, hey, he's not who he says he is. I want to challenge. I want to see if his morals are really true. And guys, if you are living a Christ-filled life, stand on those. Don't let your reputation get in the way of your values and your beliefs. Stand strong in your faith. But Jesus has an incredible response in John 8 through 11, or John John chapter 8, verse 6 through 11. It says, "But Jesus stooped down and wrote in the dust with his finger. They kept demanding an answer, so he stood up again and said, 'All right. But let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone.' Then he stooped down again and wrote in the dust. When the accusers heard this, they all slipped away one by one, beginning with the oldest, until only Jesus was left in the middle of the crowd with the woman. Then Jesus stood up again and said to the woman, 'Where are your accusers? Didn't even one of them condemn you?' 'No, Lord,' she said. And Jesus said, 'Neither do I. Go and sin no more.'" Guys, that's so powerful, because you look at Jesus, the perfect person, he's never sinned, and they're trying to pretty much call him out and say, hey, let's see if he actually is this person, the person that doesn't sin, that always loves, puts others first, that is not selfish. Let's see what exactly he does. And he responds perfectly. He lets her go. But at the end of that, he says, "Go and sin no more," to the lady. He's telling her, go live a new life. Don't continue to sin. This is your second chance. And guys, as Christ followers, we need to do the same thing. We don't need to let our brand or our reputation get in the way in the fact of helping somebody and loving others. Because guys, when that happens, we miss out on opportunities to minister and to love and to help people. Guys, you might be in a situation where you need to take a look at your own reputation, saying, hey, is this really who I am and who I want to be known as? If it is, great. If not, take a look at it. Too, guys, I just want to tell you I love you. I'm thankful to be your student pastor, and I'm excited to see y'all again. I will see y'all next week. See y'all.